Debolina, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Come on, and introduce yourself.
Just a second. Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Debolina Bosch. I am from West Bengal, and currently I am teaching in Ashok Hall Girls Residential School as the head of the department, and my subject is geography. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. I thought international learners only one I can see. The other one, please. Anybody else is there? Come forward and introduce. Okay, only Usufu I can see. Okay, Shakti Rana. Okay, come on. You can tell your name and then.
Very good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay.
I am Shakti, student of PGDSLM, and currently working as an assistant professor, Department of B.Ed, at Government PG College, Kasipur, Uttarakhand.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Next, come on.
Good afternoon,
Yeah,
ma'am.
hi, ma'am. Good afternoon. This is Ritu Jain from Dehradun, Uttarakhand, and I'm working in one of the very prestigious school over here as a senior coordinator. Thank you.
Good. Okay. Oh,
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Vinita, working as a vice principal in the Indian Public School, Dehradun.
Okay, good. Sachin Garg, you can introduce because you are trying.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay.
This is Sachin Garg. I'm working with Rashtriya Indian Military College, Dehradun, as a Master of Biology. And recently, I'm just pursuing this PGDSLM from IGNU, 2020 January 2024 batch.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, next. Okay, thank you. Next.
Ma'am, myself, Dinesh Chandra Adhikari. I am from Uttarakhand. Presently, I am teaching in a commerce teacher in a Bajpur, Uttarakhand.
Okay. Jitendra, come on.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Jitendra Singh from Dehradun itself. And I registered myself in this course during the year 2022. I was waiting for the ECP program and other communication from the regional center, but during the last 2-3 years, I did not get any communication. It is only like 3-4 days back that I was sent a contact for this WhatsApp group. And through this WhatsApp group only, I came to know about the program. And I'm working in a prestigious All India school as the department head of English. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, good. I feel that Uchain Mobu is there. Uchain Mobu from South Africa. Can you introduce yourself, Uchain? Uchain, can you introduce? Are you there? Okay. So maybe somebody. Okay, Maushmi. Come on, Maushmi. Okay. Your volume is less. Okay. Okay, next. Okay.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Nidhi Agarwal from Saharanpur.
Okay.
I'm institutional head here in a school called Miniland. I have enrolled myself in the year 2023 in June session and completed my written and assignment exam in 24 June.
Okay, good.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Santa Grover.
Oh.
Okay.
And, I'm teaching commerce here in Dehradun. I gave my exams in June 24.
Okay. Good. Then.
Hello. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Come on.
Hello. Good afternoon, ma'am. This
yes.
is Melro McDonald.
This is Manoj Singh. Hello. This is Manoj Singh. I am working in Indian Public School there in HOD Commerce. And I have applied for this course in January 2023. But unfortunately, I'm not able to appear for my written examination. I got an opportunity to this ECP program.
Oh, Melroy. Okay, you can complete your introduction.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay.
This is Melroy McDonald. I'm basically from Gujarat, Ahmedabad, and presently I'm working in RMTS International School as the director and principal.
Okay. Okay. Geetanjali.
Good afternoon, ma'am. This is Ankita.
Okay.
Ankita Kushal, and I'm from West Bengal, Kolkata, and I'm really glad to be a part of this ECP program. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Uche, you can introduce. Uche Mubnu. Uche?
Okay.
You can.
Yeah. Good
yeah,
morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, my name is Uche Mbono. I'm from Nigeria. I am teaching biology in an international school in Abuja.
Okay.
And currently, that's where I do what I do. I teach biology. So I registered for this program, PGDSLM, last year.
Good.
And I'm so glad to be here. Thank you very much, Dr. Elizabeth.
Okay. Thank you. Because for them it is morning, for us it is afternoon. So that is the difference in timing. Okay. Now, Uma, you can introduce. You unmute. Unmute. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Recently, I'm working in the Scholars Home, Paonta Sahib, Himachal Pradesh, and I joined in 2023. But I was not able to contact with each other. So it's a privilege that I'm joining your class today. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. And I'm working as examination in charge also.
Okay, good. So I thought
Thank you,
everybody has completed. So now.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, come on.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Dr. Rakesh Garola from Dehradun. Presently, I'm working in State Council of Educational Research and Training, Uttarakhand, in Dehradun.
Yeah. Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Gitanjali. I'm working in a residential school in Dehradun.
Okay, good. So, okay, now we are shifting to the.
Good afternoon, ma'am. This is Anshu Tiwari from Chennai, and I'm working as a head of department of chemistry for international curriculum. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, international. Good. Very good.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. I'm Samrita. I'm from Uttarakhand, but currently I'm working in Ajmer. Thank you.
Okay, good. So now we will go to the session. I hope that whether the slides are visible, PPT is visible, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We have the session on constructivist approach. That is, how do we see from the teacher's perspective? I know that all of you are familiar with this approach. Can you tell that before we are introducing this constructivist approach, what are the different ways that we are handling the students in a classroom? All of you are teachers. Some of them are curriculum makers and some are in charge. So all of you can, those who can tell that in what way in earlier, that means in the traditional classroom, normally what psychological approach we are adopting before this constructivist approach. Any of you?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
I would like to throw light on the question you have put up, ma'am. Very valid and very true in the today's modern educational system. The earlier patterns of traditional system, ma'am, we used to follow, whereby a lot of rote learning and memorization was involved.
Yeah.
We had a very fixed approach whereby the learners would be to do a particular thing what the teachers would prepare for and emphasize on. It was not giving the child the opportunity to go beyond the boundaries of critical thinking, creative approaches, and innovations. So a lot of experiential learnings were missing in that.
Okay. So can you tell your name? Good name?
Ma'am, Melroy McDonald.
Okay, Melroy. Okay, very good answer. So here I am showing the two figures that and some conversation related to these two pictures. You can see the two pictures and the conversation that is given. And I request Uchain to read the first, what the teacher is telling. Okay, Uchain, are you there? Or Yusufu, can you read what the teacher is telling? here, this part, you can see the icon.
Yes, I can read.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, he said, I will tell you everything you need to know.
Okay.
Listen carefully.
Yeah.
It's gone off. Afterwards, you have to repeat what I explained in the class.
Okay.
You need to memorize the information.
Okay.
That's what the teacher is saying.
Okay. Then the reply of the student. Any other?
Then
Shweta? Okay, come on. Shweta, can you read? Okay.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
It's gone off. I can't see it anymore.
The learner. What is the
Slide.
response of the learner?
Gone off.
Okay, Shweta.
Doctor, the slide.
Yes,
I can see
yes,
it
ma'am.
clearly.
I will copy this part.
Ma'am, I have to read that. I will copy your lecture. I will memorize the information. I will reproduce the information.
Okay. So this is one type of situation that you can see. That here, the teacher is telling, I will tell you everything you need to know. Listen carefully. Afterwards, you have to repeat what I explained in the class. You need to memorize the information. The reply of the student, I will copy your lecture. I will memorize the information. I will reproduce the information. Coming to the next scene, you can see here where a teacher is standing and all the students are around us, where the teacher is announcing that I need to know what you know. I need to understand how you learn. I will help you to develop your own understanding. That is the reply of the teacher. Now the students are replying, I will explain what I know. I will tell how I learn. I will enter into a dialogue with you to deepen my understanding. So these two are the situations that you can see in a classroom. That is, one is traditional classroom and the other one is a different thing where you can see the teacher is acting as a facilitator. Where these two situations, when we look, we can see that how is our classroom designed? Whether it is like in the first case or in the second case. Coming to the notion of this constructivism, we know that the information received is reshaped inside the learner's mind to fit within his or her frame of reference. We know that the information they are receiving, it is fitting in their frame of reference. So here, how does learning occur? How the learning is going to create? The learner creates meaning from experience. So from the experience, the learner is creating some kind of knowledge and some kind of knowledge which can be adopted. So there is an earlier belief that the student who are coming to school, their mind is like tabula rasa. But it's not like the mind filters input from the external world to create its own singular version of reality. So what is important from the external world, it is coming to the mind of the learners and the learner is going to create meaning for that. The teachers must start from where the students are to align learning with existing states of mind. The teacher has to start from the prior knowledge of the learner. We are always telling that the prior knowledge is always important. And now we come to the psychological principle that we are adopting. As Melanie has told that in the previous traditional classroom, what we are doing, we are just providing the information, sharing the information. Coming to the principle of this constructivism, what is important? It is a theory which describes how learning takes place regardless of whether learners are making use of their experiences to understand a lecture or following the instructions for manufacturing a product. So here, the theory of constructivism, it is an epistemological principle which deals with knowledge and the creation of knowledge. So that is an important thing in the constructivist theory. So the theory of constructivism suggests that learners are constructing knowledge out of their own experiences. So the experiences of the learner, it is very much important, and it is a kind of philosophy of learning that is founded on the premise that by reflecting on one's experiences, they form their own understanding in terms of the world that they live in. So it is based on the experiences. We may tell that a small infant child, whether that child is 1-year-old child, you take the case of the 1-year-old child, whether that child is having any kind of experience. Any of you can share your views whether a 1-year-old child has any experience. Any of you?
Yes, ma'am. I believe that a 1-year child also can perceive whatever, how situations are around him or his or her place,
because there
how
is
the
a good
parents are
answer.
dealing. Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
he
that is
can
a good
develop experiences.
Okay, good, very good. So here, what is important is that the surrounding situation is giving some kind of experiences or awareness to the child. So what is important here? The types of constructivism. So here the psychological constructivism and social constructivism. Two types of constructivist situation are here. So here the psychological constructivism, it focuses on the construction of individual knowledge stimulated by the internal cognitive conflict as the learners make an effort to provide solutions to mental disequilibrium. So this psychological construction, it always focuses on what? That the individual construction of knowledge. Earlier, we are thinking that this constructivism, it is different from transmission of knowledge and just the pouring out of the knowledge and then repouring what they have learned. It is different from that. So here, the focus is upon the construction of individual knowledge where it is stimulated by the internal cognitive conflict as the learners make an effort to provide solutions to mental disequilibrium. Coming to the social constructivism. So we have seen about the psychological constructivism. Coming to the social constructivism, it is the origin of construction of knowledge as being the social intersections of all individuals. There is always an intersection between the individuals and the interactions that takes place between individuals. I thought that somebody has didn't mute that everybody mute themselves. So the interactions that take place between individuals not only involves communication, but number of other aspects as well. So what is important here, there is the sharing, comparing, and debating among learners and mentors. So what is important here, that they have to share their knowledge, they have to compare and debate among the learners and mentors. So now comes the constructivist pedagogy. So here, the important thing here is that the attention to the individual and respect for students' background. So what is important, we are considering the attention of the individual, we are inviting the respect for students' background. Number two, that is facilitation of the group dialogue. How we are going to facilitate the group dialogue. Then the introduction of formal domain knowledge into the conversation through direct instruction. So this third point, we can see that the domain of knowledge where it is entering into the direct instruction and then providing opportunities for students to engage into various tasks. So there is not only the one thing. Now we know that the teachers are doing multiple tasks like that. The students are also engaged. Then comes the development of students' meta-awareness of their own understandings and learning process. So the meta-awareness becomes thinking about one's own thinking. Now, we come to the principles of constructivism. What is the principle states that what a person knows is not passively received, but actively assembled by the learner. The first principle, it states that the learners are not the passive receivers, they are active receivers. Then the role of learning is to help the individual operate within his or her personal world. They are always operating in their own personal world. Now we can see the power shift to the learner, how the power shift is happening. It is happening here. We can see that in the constructivist classroom, the power shift is from the learner to the teacher. So it is going throughout. Then we can see the different ways, but in the traditional way, what we have had earlier, the power shift is from the teacher to the student. Then comes the learning cycles, that is the 5 E's. What are the 5 E's? That is engage, explore, explain, extend, evaluate. So here we are going to understand in detail about these 5 aspects, that is engage, explore, explain, extend, and evaluate. So what does this mean when we look at it? We can see that in the engage part, we will discover what students know or what they think they know. That is an important in the engage part. Coming to the explore, it allows students to compare what they think about with what they are actually observing. That is coming under the explore part. So discovering what students know or what they think they know. And in the exploring part, we are allowing the students to compare what they think about with what they are actually observing. Then comes explain, that is make conceptual sense of the main ideas within the unit of study. That is explain part is coming here. Then comes the elaborate. Apply the concepts in new situations and evaluation of students' conceptual understanding and ability to use skills. So that is coming under the evaluate part. Coming in the engage part, that thing we can see the suggested activity, what the teacher does, what the student does. So the suggested activity we can see, we are giving the demonstration, the reading, the free write, analyze a graphic organizer, then KWL brainstorm. What the teacher does is creates interest, generates curiosity, raises questions, and elicit responses that uncover what the students know or think about the concept. Then what the student is doing, they ask questions such as, why did this happen? What do I already know about this? What can I find out about this? Shows interest in the topic. So this is coming under the engage part. So here, how do the teachers can engage the learners in the classroom activities? That is an important thing. So here we have seen about the demonstration where you are doing, the reading you may do, the free write after teaching a particular concept, we may allow the learners to write it properly, then analyze a graphic organizer, then KWL. Any of you can tell about what is KWL? Have you heard about that one? KWL? Okay. So this K, it stands for what you know and what you want to know and what you learn. That is the KWL. I hope all of you are there. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am. We are
ma'am.
there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We are very much here.
Okay.
We all are here.
Under KWL, we can see what you know, what you want to know, and what you learn. So in the case of what you know, there we are going to describe about, suppose you want to teach about a topic on the planet that is Earth. It is a home for living things. Then the earth consists of different components. Then comes that the gases are there in atmosphere. So all these things from the, suppose we are teaching at the primary class, but from the second standard or third standard, the student come to understand about all these things. Then life is sustained in human beings and animals because of oxygen. Earth should be conserved and protected. So what you know is given there. Next comes what you want to know. So coming to what you want to know, is it a home for living things only? That is the question coming. What are the components of the earth? What are the gases available in atmosphere? What is needed for plants? Why it should be protected? Come to what you learn. There, it becomes like that. Is it a home for living things? And they said that no. You can see non-living things also. So it is a home for both living and non-living things. What are the components of the earth? Gases, water, ice, rocks, and what are the gases available in atmosphere? The gaseous constituents of atmosphere are nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen. For plants, we can see that what is needed, carbon dioxide is needed for plants. Why it should be protected? If it is polluted, it will affect all living things. So we have complete the first step, that is engage what we are doing. So this is a format for preparing the lesson plans in constructivist model. So the next one, the explore is coming. That is perform an investigation, then read authentic, then resources to collect information, solve a problem, construct a model. So I request Ritu to read this second column. Ritu, can you read this second one?
Yeah, ma'am. You are talking about encourages the students?
Yeah.
Okay, in this column, it is mainly mentioned about encourages the students to work together without direct instruction from the teacher, observes and listens to the students as they interact, asks probing questions to redirect the students' investigations when necessary, provides time for students to puzzle through problems.
So this is happening in the case of the teacher. What the students does. So I request Jitendra, can you read this part? Are you there, Jitendra? Okay. Yeah, come on, Jitendra.
Okay. So thinks freely, but within the limits of the activity. Tests predictions and hypotheses, forms new predictions and hypotheses, tries alternatives and discusses them with others, records observations and ideas, suspends judgment.
Okay, so this is happening in the explore part. Now comes to the explain part, what we are doing, the explain part. There, we are giving different kinds of activities to the students. That is student analysis and explanation, supporting ideas with evidence, structured questioning, reading and discussion, teacher explanation, thinking skill activities, that is compare, classify, error analysis. So here, what the teacher does, what the student does. Here we can see it encourages the students to explain concepts and definitions in their own words. They ask for justification and clarification from students, formally provides definitions, explanations, and new labels, uses students' previous experiences as basis for explaining concepts. Then comes the student part that explains possible solutions or answers to others, listens officially to others' explanations, questions others' explanation, listens to and tries to comprehend explanations the teacher offers, refers to previous activities, uses recorded observations in explanations. So this is happening in the explain stage. Then comes the extend part, where we can see here the students' activities, the problem solving, decision making, experimental inquiry, think skill activities, that is compare, classify, and apply. Coming to the teacher part, we can see that it expects the students to use formal labels, definitions, and explanations provided previously and encourages the students to apply or extend the concepts and skills in new situations, reminds the students of alternative explanations, refers the students to existing data and evidence and asks, what do you already know? Why do you think? Then the strategies from explore, apply here also. That is the explore stage, we can see these strategies which can be applied in this stage also. So the extend part, we can see that what is this extension means, what they already achieved, they are going to extend their knowledge. Then comes what the student does, that is applies new labels, definition, explanation, and skills in new but similar situation, uses previous information to ask questions, propose solutions, make decisions, and design experiments, draws reasonable conclusions from evidence, records observations and explanations, checks for understandings among peers. So this is happening in the next stage, that is the extend stage. Coming to the evaluate part, we can see what is important, that develop a scoring tool or rubric, test, performance assessment, produce a product, journal entry, and a portfolio. So all these are coming under the stage of evaluate. What the teacher does, that observes the students as they apply new concepts and skills, assess students' knowledge or skills, looks for evidence that the students have changed their thinking or behaviors, allows students to assess their own learning and group process skills, ask open-ended questions such as why do you think, what evidence do you have, what do you know about X, or what is the concepts that you are taking. Coming to the students part, we can see that answers open-ended questions by using observations, evidence, and previously accepted explanations, demonstrate knowledge of the concept or skill, evaluates his or her own progress and knowledge, ask related questions that would encourage future investigations. So here we can see this part, what is coming under this stage. So here we can see that the characteristics of constructivist teaching learning process. So here the main important thing, that is create real world environment where the learners are in a situation where they are going to experience the real world. The instructor as a coach and an analyzer, the focus on realistic approaches and providing multiple representations on content. So here the common elements of all constructivist teaching strategies, what we can see are students actively participate, teacher is a facilitator, it requires deep thinking from students and real world applications. So when we think of the implications, we can feel that the implications of constructivism for instructional design, that is providing multiple representations of reality, it represents the natural complexity of the real world, focus on knowledge construction, not reproduction, present authentic task, that is contextualizing rather than abstracting instruction, provide real world case-based learning environments rather than predetermined instructional sequences, foster reflective practice, enable context and content-dependent knowledge construction, support collaborative construction of knowledge through social negotiation. So here, what is the importance of this constructivist, that we are giving the multiple representations of reality to the learners. So when we look at the two sides, you can see the two pictures where here the teacher role in a constructivist classroom to be a facilitator, to guide, give cognitive support, to be open-ended, open-minded, to assess individually. And then when we comes to the student part, we can see that it takes responsibility for his own learning, learns new ways to learn, uses technology to learn. Now, coming to the classroom implications, we can see that it is prior knowledge influences what and how students learn, What is remembered is largely a function of what was understood to begin with, and students learn best when they link new information with related existing ideas. That is, information is forgotten unless integrated into the existing schemata. Now comes that we can see that both understanding and memory are driven by meaning. The schemas of students are different from each other and from the teacher, and learning should occur in the context in which it will be used. So when you see the constructivist approach, you can see that it is constructed based upon previous knowledge to create new knowledge. Then the student experiments, asks questions and sets goals, and then reflected. Students discuss learning experiences and reflect upon understandings. Then comes collaborative. Students work together and learn from one another. Then inquiry-based exploration of questions. Then comes evolving. Ideas are changed throughout process of learning. So this is the picture of the constructivist classroom. So here, when we think of the classroom implications, we can see that from the knowledge of the learners, we are creating the knowledge. So that is an important thing. Then comes the average amount retained through various learning methods. What are the various learning methods that we have used? That is the lecturing, 5%, the demonstration, 30%, immediate use of learning, 90%, reading, 10%, discussion group, 50%, audio visual, 20%, practice by doing, 75%. So when we think of these various modes of presentations, how much percentage we can retain? When we look, we can see that we can retain only when we listen, just verbal explanation, 5%, then demonstration, 30%, and immediate use of learning, 90%. And while reading only, that in all these activities, what is important is the use of senses. So the discussion group, 50%, audio visual, 20%, practice by doing, 75%. So this is all about the constructivist approach when we think of. So here, what is important here is that how we are going to manage the things, the different things. And so this is a particularly an epistemological where the epistemological approach where the knowledge is constructed. It gives more importance for the construction of knowledge. More than that, the transmission of knowledge from the teacher to the students. So you can see that it is an important thing. So what we can think is that here, when we look at the okay, can you see this PPT? Is it visible?
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So now we are going to recap what we have learned here. That is the constructivist lesson plan, where the biological science curriculum study is important, where 5 is instructional model. Roger Bybee has given this 5E instructional model. So in this 5E model, which are the things important coming? Engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. So as a recap, we are going to see that in the engage stage, it provides the opportunity for the teachers to discover what students know or what they think they know. Then explore, the stage allows students to compare what they think about it and what they are actually observing. And then the explain, this stage provides opportunity for students to connect their previous experiences and to begin to make conceptual sense of the main ideas within the unit of study. Then comes elaborate, where this stage students apply or extend the concepts in new situations and relate their previous experiences to new ones. Then comes evaluate, that evaluation of students' conceptual understanding and ability to use skills begins at the engage stage and continues throughout the model. So this is all about the things what we have studied in the constructivist things. So based on this theoretical background, if anyone has any doubts, you can raise the doubt. Any of you? Any doubts?
Hello, excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, I would just want to know, ma'am, if you can just like reiterate the information related to elaborate.
Elaborate. Okay. So first, what we are doing in a traditional classroom situation, the teacher enters and then the teacher makes the prior knowledge, but all on a sudden, the teacher will announce the topic. So here, they elaborate. First stage, engage mean, we are trying to get the prior knowledge of the learners. And from that, we are coming to the explain stage, just giving the things what is there. And elaborate mean, we are going to give more activities to give a deeper knowledge for the learners. When you look at this stage, you can see that what is important in the elaborate stage, that I will show you what is coming in the elaborate stage. What are the activities that you can use in the elaborate stage? The main activities that you can use in the elaborate stage, we have explained that explore. So the elaborate is applying the concepts in new situations. How do we apply? So it depends upon the practical things. How do we apply the concepts in the new situations? So that is important in the elaborate stage. What application experiences? The teaching learning experiences consist of different activities. So what applications we are giving for this? That is important in the elaborate stage. Got the point? Any other
Yes,
doubt?
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Any doubts? Or otherwise, we will go through how to prepare a lesson plan based on constructivism. We will discuss for that. So one activity for you is to develop a lesson plan based on 5E approach. So, and the next one we will discuss in the next session, what is important. So here we are going to see how to prepare a lesson plan based on the constructivist approach. Hope that you can see this one. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
So this is a model, suggestive model of planning a lesson based on constructivist approach. The first one, that is the unit is on resources. The topic is the natural resources and the approach is the teaching learning constructivist approach. Now the learning outcomes, that students will explain the term resources by giving examples. You are giving the learning outcomes, then the materials needed. So the learning outcome, they explain the term resources by giving examples. They classify the various types of resources in the ecosystem. They categorize the types of natural resources that exist in our surroundings. And then the materials needed, images of natural and human resources. Then the next one, the Google worksheet is given. And then the prerequisite, the students are already familiar with the various resources existing in the surroundings. So this is a suggestive model of planning a lesson based on constructivist approach. The stage one, engage, that is the group work. The teacher divides the students into two groups and asks them to go around the school campus and identify the various resources available in their school surroundings. Afterwards, the leaders of both the groups read out what their groups have identified and write them on the chalkboard. Both the groups discuss about their observations and summarize about the resources that exist in the school campus. So this is just like the group work that we are going to engage the learners. Then comes explore, that is introduction to the topic. Based on the discussion, the teacher narrates a situation thus. So here you can give some kind of case studies or any other activity where you can see that I've given a case which is resembling with the actual classroom. The Annie, a class teacher of class 8, tells students to clean their classroom and outside premises as part of the inauguration of Social Science Club. The class is divided into 4 groups and start the cleaning process. 2 groups clean the classroom and veranda, and the other 2 clean the school premises. All the group collect a lot of waste materials like paper, plastic bottles, plastic covers, etc. and throw it into the garbage. After coming to the class, the teacher appreciates each group and says that whatever you throw into the garbage area, they are valuable objects. So this is one kind of their real classroom situation that we are giving. Then the teacher raises a question, why are they important? So here a suggested name we have given, any name you can use. Like in South Africa, you can use that Uchin might be replying that they are resources. Then the another student, you know that in all contexts, the students have different kinds of doubts. The review raised the doubt, what is a resource? Then Meena asked, how could empty plastic bottles can become a resource? For Ravi's doubt, the teacher replied that anything that can be used to satisfy a need is a resource. Then the teacher took 2 10-rupee currency notes and squeezed 1 currency note. She asked the class, among these 2 currency notes, which one do you prefer? The class replied both. The teacher asked why. Tina replied that both notes have value even though one is squeezed. The teacher states that things become resources only when they have a value. Then the teacher is going to the announcement of the topic, that after having the above discussion with the learners, the teacher announces that today let us discuss and learn about types of natural resources. Coming to the next stage, that is explain, presentation, the teacher shows the following 2 images related with types of resources. That is image 1 and image 2. So here, in this, based on these pictures, the teacher asked the following question, teacher's activities, learners' activities, where the teacher is asking the question, what do you observe in the images? So the students' expected answer we are writing. We cannot tell that the student may be replying in this way. We are expecting because we are writing the lesson plan before the class. So image A includes the sun, lake, fishes, trees, birds, boat, then tortoise, water, etc. Whereas in image B, there are building, car, human beings, etc. How are buildings and car different from birds and animals? So here the answer is building is constructed by human beings and cars are produced by human beings, whereas birds and animals are part of nature. Now come to the next one. How do you classify these 2 types of resources on the basis of your observation? That the natural resources and human resources. Then the next one, from this activity, they are able to, the students are able to classify the resources into natural resources, human resources, and human-made resources. Now comes to the stage 4. Oh, okay. You can mute. You can mute. So here the stage 4 extend that the first activity, that providing think skill activity. Here the teacher writes some of the words on the smart board, that dark soil, solar energy, high speed wind, petroleum, minerals, air, animals, iron ore. So these are some of the words the teacher has written, and you know that all these words are related with resources. Then the teacher divides the class into 4 groups and asks them to find out under which category of resources the above mentioned words belong to. That these words we can see that he or she observes each group and notes down the contribution of each student in her diary. They notice that all the groups have agreed upon the point that all the words come under natural resources. Then we can see that then he or she asks students to find out the difference between each natural resource. The groups noted thus: the quantity of petroleum is less, the quantity of all minerals are unknown, air is available everywhere, except animals, all others are non-living resources, solar energy is available unlimitedly, iron ore can be seen in some places only. So we can listen that from the context of your country, that is South Africa, Yusufu or Uchu can share how you make resources. Are you using solar energy, Yusufu? Solar energy, are you utilizing?
Yes, we do.
So how you, in what all aspects you are taking this solar energy?
I've not been following at all.
Okay.
It's not been clear at all. The network has been bad.
Okay. So
Yes, this is Uche Mbono speaking, ma. Dr. Elizabeth.
Okay.
The network has been very bad.
Pardon?
From my end.
Okay. So can you hear what I am telling? Yes or no? Yusufu, can you hear what I am telling?
I can hear you now. Dr. Elizabeth.
Okay. So, can you see the PPT properly? And this is Word document only, the way how to write the lesson. So now this iron ore is also another resource that we can see that it is available in some places only. So here in the lesson, the teacher is giving good, and all of you have written some relevant points. Let us discuss in detail about the classification of natural resources. Based on the students' findings, the teacher states that natural resources are classified into different groups based on the level of development and use, origin, stock, and distribution. On the basis of development and use, resources are classified into actual and potential resources. Actual resources are those resources whose quantity is known, whereas potential resources are those whose entire quantity may not be known and sometimes are not in use at present. The teacher asked the students to point out the actual resources and potential resources from the words written on the smartboard. Now the students listed thus the actual resources: dark soil, iron ore, potential resources. High-speed winds were a potential resource 200 years ago. Now it is an actual resource. The teacher then asked how animals are different from minerals. Students stated this: animals come under living things, whereas minerals come under non-living things. The teacher adds that based on the origin of resources, it can be classified into abiotic and biotic resources. So here to add some more examples, the students listed this: abiotic resources like soils, rocks, stones, etc. and biotic resources, plants, human beings, and animals. Next, the teacher asked the students to find the difference between solar energy and natural gas. The students stated thus: solar energy is unlimited and it can be used again and again, whereas natural gas has a limited stock and that it may get exhausted. The teacher then states that solar energy can be renewed and hence it is known as renewable resources, whereas natural gas cannot be renewed easily, hence it is known as non-renewable resources. The teacher states that for some resources, you have noted that they are available in some places, whereas others are seen in particular places. On what basis this difference will happen? The student stated on the basis of distribution. The teacher good. On the basis of the distribution, resources can be localized, and resources that are found everywhere are ubiquitous resources, that is localized resources, and those found in certain places are called localized resources. Then coming to the second activity, that is filling the worksheet. The following worksheets are given to each student to work on. Identify the picture and find out the raw natural resource of each one. categorize each natural resource according to the types under different columns. So here some of the pictures were given, that is orange juice, then the bread, and here can you identify the picture? Any of you? Can you identify the picture here? What is this?
It's coal mine.
Yeah, very good.
Coal,
It is
ma'am,
coal
coal.
mine only. And then this is wind pipe and the
Wind
solar
pipe.
energy, what we are using. So here you can see that the worksheet, it is given as part of the formative assessment, and then distinguish between natural resources and human-made resources based on the following aspects. That the aspects are pollution, recycling, reuse, sustainability, natural resources and human-made resources. The student has to write from what natural resources it is made and what type of human resources it is. Then comes the recapitulation. The students summarize the concept of resources and its various types. They classify various types of natural resources. Then comes the stage 5, that is evaluate, that is reflective questions and activities, where you can see that the reflective questions and activities. There, the reflective questions, you are not writing like the traditional type. We are giving with examples, categorize various types of natural resources, prepare a poster related to World Earth Day, go to your nearby locality and find out the natural and human-made resources, conduct a talk in your class on care our environment and protect our resources, think of a few renewable resources and write in your journal how their stock may get affected by overuse. Next, according to you, which resources are more important, natural resources or human resources? Why do you think so? So this is the important activity that you have to do. Have you seen this lesson? Okay. And now you can raise. Okay, Jitendra has raised his hand. Okay, you can ask the doubt, what you want to ask. Based on
Ma'am, like
yeah.
In our school, which is All
Yeah.
India School, ma'am, we are now implementing the NEP based lesson plan.
Okay.
So, are we supposed to prepare a lesson plan based on the parameters that you have just now narrated, or
Yeah, for
should we
this
go for the NEP
constructivist,
based?
what we have to do in this activity, the constructive based, you can include that aspect also. What we are. So I will tell that Yusufu and Ume, the name pronouncing is little bit difficult. So their context they can include, because I am taking for the South African international students. So their local context they can include in the lesson plan. So in this 5E models, when we take for each stage, you can include all the things what you want. It is not that there is a separate format. So what is important is that you can include what you want to add here. So based on the new policy, if you want to add based on your country, suppose you want to develop the critical thinking, based on that you want to add that one. But here the constructivist philosophical lesson plan we are writing. So what is the basis is the 5E, and it was developed by Roger Bybee. So that only we are using. For this activity, you have to prepare a lesson plan like this, because it is based on the constructivist approach. Okay. Any other question?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. I will give one format so that on your international background, local context, you can add. Or do you want to listen to one more lesson, how to develop the activity, how to write?
Ma'am, I would suggest kindly share the format with us so that we can prepare the
Yes.
lesson plan
Okay.
according
Yeah.
to whatever the points you have given to us. But I have one query.
Yeah.
And it is only my query. It is only according to me what I understood. Only according to that I want to share this thing with you. Whatever just now I have seen, and you have shown a big lesson plan to us. According to that, I just wanted to just now, just a few moments back, we were discussing about experiential learning. We were discussing about that we are coming out of the traditional methods and all, and then we are making such an extensive lesson plan by writing step by step. Teacher will say this thing, and now student will do this thing, and again teacher will ask this thing, and then again, aren't we again trying to limit our teaching and learning process? And again we are trying to chain our students. Okay, you cannot go beyond this, or you cannot do this, and only that much you have to give the answer, and only this much teaching you have to do to the students. It is only my understanding and my question. I'm not talking about everyone, only my question, ma'am.
Okay, very good question. I have stated that the answers are expected answers. It is not the real answers that you get from the student. So when we will write the lesson plan, we will write before the class or after the class. Ritu, whether we will write before the class or after the class, we will
lesson
write
plan generally we make before the class. Lesson
before the
plans are
class.
already
So,
prepared before the class.
yeah. So the expected answers we are writing, but the answers in the real classroom will be different, and it will be less, it will be extended, everything will be there.
Many
So
times
that-
it happen, ma'am, whatever we plan, even we are not able to do the same thing in the class, because children, they want something else from us, and we go
that
beyond
is
the
true.
boundaries also.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. I do agree with you. And this is some lesson format that we are using so that it will give a detailed understanding of the learners, how to understand a special concept. Okay, very good question. Okay. So let me go to one more lesson plan. Whether you want to see one more?
Ma'am, have you shared the format with us?
Yes, I will share. I will give to Dr. Jagadamba. He will send to the students, and all of them can include. The international students, their background, they will use it based on the context they can include.
So this lesson plan also we have to write manually, not the printing, and something will not work done. Okay?
You can type and then send.
Okay, ma'am. Right. Thank you very much.
Typing is possible. You can
Yes,
send.
yes.
So that Dr. Jagadamba has stated that there is one link he has uploaded. In that you can submit the lesson.
Right.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Come on.
Ma'am, actually, is this a part of an activity or a homework?
Yeah, this is part, the activity I will give you, I will give to Dr. Jagadamba. He will circulate to you 2 activities you have to do. And based on that activity, we are going to assess your participation in the workshop. Okay. So the 2 activities I will send to the coordinator, and he will send. And based on the context, when we think of the international thing, the South African context is different from the Indian context. So how they are going to teach that the concept of the resources, that is different. So that is an important thing.
But sir said it should be handwritten.
No. You can type the lesson. I will tell sir that you can type the lesson plan and then upload.
But ma'am, till now I think we got only one activity, that is to develop a lesson plan on 5E approach with a constructive like this thing. One lesson plan or 2 lesson plans?
Only one.
Okay, one. So it is one activity till now that we got from your side, right, ma'am?
Yeah, one thing. Now the next session I will tell you the
Another
next
one. Okay.
So
Thank
this
you.
session is going on. Do you need a break for 10 minutes? Then we will enter for the next, because it is continuing up to 6. So we will take a break.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Dr.
Yes, ma'am. Just a short query. So as you told us that we have to make a 5E lesson plan.
Yeah.
So as an activity, I have to just make a 5E lesson plan. So we can choose any of the topic which we are teaching.
Topic according to your interest.
Yes. Okay.
Yusufu is there. Yusufu, you have some doubt?
Yeah, thank you so much for your elaborative explanation and of how the constructivist theory is. And I'm actually appreciating and also relating on how we've been delivering knowledge to our learners shifting from that traditional to this current one, it shows that there is a very big shift, and therefore learners are going to achieve a lot compared to the way they've been, as we've been taking them as maybe like passive learners. By this kind of approach, where learners are going to be in the center, and you build on what they know to teach what you have brought. It is actually very interesting. But then what is on my mind here, because like depending on the lesson plan that you have shared, it shows like from Uganda, it shows that you would be teaching upper classes. Maybe if it is primary level, you'd be teaching upper primary. And then I'm also thinking,
So what is the stages of education in your country? You are from Kenya only. Kenya
I'm
or
from Uganda.
Uganda. Okay, Uganda. What is the stages of education? Here it is foundational stage, secondary stage, foundational, middle, and secondary, like that.
There are 3 stages. There is primary, secondary, and then university. So primary takes 7 years.
Okay.
Secondary takes 6 years, and then university can take 3 to 5 years or 6.
5 years. Okay, it is
So
starting.
So with primary, I'm just wondering how I can do with primary, because for us primary is competence based, and they are just themes that we cover instead of topics. More so in the lower primary, it's only in upper primary where we have like topics where you can cover maybe like soil erosion, where you can do like flowering plants. So according to the lesson plan you have shared, it really shows that if it is primary, I'll be interacting with upper primary, maybe from primary 4 to primary 7. But then I'm trying to bring it to context where someone is in primary 1. This person is going to cover themes.
Okay, you can select whichever topic you like and whichever standard you want. There is no restriction for that. Okay, so you can include there in these stages how the competency can be developed. Also, you can include. So this is not the fixed thing. You can put your idea also in that. Okay. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So I will just
Thank you.
thank you. Now we will take a 10 minutes, then we will come again. I will tell Jagadam sir, are you there? I will call.
Ma'am, I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, no problem.
Just a small question.
Yeah.
Can we create this 5E model on the lesson plans that we do in school?
That thing you are, according to your school instruction, you can include. That is good if you are including.
We can including it, right?
Yeah, you can include. No problem. That is good. But you can tell that this is the way I have learned from this. So you can include. That is a very good attempt.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Excuse me,
Yeah, come on.
I have another question. Like, I think you didn't get me right, because like I was like in primary we have 2 sections where we have lower primary and upper primary. In lower primary we use themes, and in upper primary we use topics. So is it okay if I try out the 2
themes you can take? You can tell some of the themes. What are the themes you are taking?
For example, in primary 1 there is what we call our school.
Yeah.
Our school. Then like in upper primary, maybe in primary 4, if I'm teaching like science, there is what we call pollination, maybe flowering plants. So my question is it okay for my context? Is it okay if I can prepare like 2 lesson plans? I try out and I prepare 2 lesson plans for lower.
You can write only one. One is needed. Don't take much thing, because you have to do all the activities for all the sessions. You can write 1 lesson plan, whichever level you want. There is no problem.
Excuse me, ma'am. There is a query from my side.
Right.
As I am educational head and I'm taking English department, what kind of lesson plan I need to submit?
You can take from English subject, where any
grammar portion is okay.
Yeah, then you will develop how you will teach, how you will develop. Grammar portion is okay. It's based on your creativity. How you develop the lesson plan.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay then. So very good discussions. I thought.
May I,
Come on, Samda.
may I prepare the lesson plan on my own subject, that is commerce?
Yes, you have to prepare on your subject only.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Uma, come on. Dimen.
Yeah. Ma'am, in our school, we are using Exceed books.
Okay.
In that, we are covering all the topics that you told us. So can I submit that only?
You are preparing on a, but what type of way you are preparing?
Ma'am, we are using 5 A's: aim, action, analysis, assessment. All these 5 A's we are using.
Okay, so 5 A's you have shifted. So that is part of which lesson plan? Which principle?
That is are all आपके Bloom's taxonomy used all these 5 A's.
Or it is part of the experiential learning you have preparing?
Yes, ma'am.
Experiential learning, part of that. Okay, then you prepare so that we can see how is it coming out. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So, Jagadam sir, I am not able to getting him because, so let me come out and then after 10 minutes we will join again. Okay?
So
You can
10 minutes means 4:40. It is already 4:30. So by 4:40 we can come back.
Yeah.
Right.
4:30. 4:40 we will come.
Right.
Ma'am, using the same link now?
Same link one. 10 minutes break students need. After that we will come for the next session. Okay. I have announced 4:40 we will meet again. Okay. Thank you. Okay. 4:40 we will meet.
Right, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Sir.
Shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Only 13 members are there. 12, 30. We will wait for 5 more minutes, then we will start. Then let them enter. So one activity I will send to Dr. Jagadamba. He will share with you, and then you can prepare based on that. You can take your own concept based on your subject and your interesting topic.
Yes, ma'am. Like what happened when we prepare lesson plan, what we do, we even write down about prerequisite knowledge. Okay.
Yeah.
And even we add like what key competency children are learning, what skills children are learning while teaching that lesson. Then we even add one or two, you can say, hot questions in it. That what question, that open-ended question we can give to our kids that they can explore, or maybe we can we do give them some inquiry, this thing based some questions, like they can have go in the computer classes and look for that question, or maybe look for that particular topic that we want them to inquire.
Okay.
Okay, so all these things we do add in a lesson plan. So I will, with like in that lesson plan, I'll be adding your 5 E's also, and then preparing the complete lesson.
You follow the school instruction. We are
Yes,
teaching you the latest trend, what is coming up.
Right.
Because now we are telling about the experiential learning. So this constructivism is a part of the experiential learning only. And then activity based. Some schools are following activity based. So there are different types, and NEP, according to the school policy also, we are following this different types of lesson plans where it is changing. But the basic things will never change. That is that the learning outcome should be there.
Right. Learning outcome is compulsory. See, without learning outcome, there is no use of making the lesson plan.
Yeah.
We need to have learning outcome with this.
That is important. So I thought I will start. I feel that Yusuku, South Africa, it is morning only. They have to go to their school after some time. So I will start now. Usufu is there, or Usufu has left? Okay, Usufu is there. Okay, good. You have to go to school, Usufu, after this class. Usufu, can you hear me? Usufu, you want to go to school after this class?
No, I'm not going to school. We haven't yet opened the schools here in Uganda. We're opening on 3rd February.
Okay, it is holiday only now.
Yeah, it is holiday.
Holiday because of what?
No, like as the calendar, the school calendar will start on February 3rd.
Okay. So now we are going to the next topic. I thought 19 members have joined. So we will start that managing teaching learning aids. How? Why? Then you have a separate chapter on this teaching learning aids. And just as a recollection, we are going to do for that. What is the importance of these teaching learning aids and how we are going to add this one. So here, the important thing is we have to think about the managing teaching learning aids, what is coming important. So here the important thing, the learning aids, you know that you have a separate chapter on this thing. We are just recollecting. So learning aids, we are used to motivate or to make interest, to concretize our teaching process, and to make vivid and meaningful learning things. When we look at the learning aids or the process, what we can see is 1% of what is learned is from the sense of the taste, and 1.5% of what is learned is from the sense of touch. 3.5% of what is learned is from the sense of smell. 11% of what is learned is from the sense of hearing. 83% of what is learned is from the sense of sight. So this is a percentage wise when we look how much senses we are using. So the second session is mainly upon this managing teaching learning aids, how we are utilized, how we can develop. And there is a famous quote that I hear, I forget, I see, I remember, I do, I understand. So now this Edgar Dale's cone of experience, that the Dale's cone of experience is a visual model that is composed of 11 stages, starting from concrete experiences at the bottom of the cone. Then it becomes more and more abstract as it reaches the peak of the cone. Also, Dale stated that the arrangement in the cone is not based on its difficulty, but rather based on abstraction and the number of senses involved. When you look, you can see that this is the basis. So from the bottom to the top, how much abstract is coming to the top? The abstract is increasing, whereas the concreteness is at the bottom of the pyramid. So the Edgar Dale's thing, when we look that, it is based on the learning outcomes what we are supposed to attain by the learners. So here the different action verbs, you can see what all activities you can perform is given here. So all these things are given here. So when we think of these learning aids, we can classify it as projected as well, non-projected. Projected aids, we can see that is films, film strip, overhead projector, LCD, PPTs, slide, all these things are coming. And then the graphic aids, the non-projected aid, the display board, the three-dimensional aids, the audio aids. Then the non-projected aids, when we look, we can categorize it as display board, graphic aids, three-dimensional audio aids, because this is a familiar term as all of you are school teachers or these coordinators of the special school program. So you are very well professional people only. So our batch students are very good. And in South Africa also, they are managing a lot, the students. And here the display board, the blackboard, the bulletin board, flannel board, magnetic board, interactive whiteboard, peg board, where we can see what is it. Then the cartoon diagrams, the graphic aids are this. The three-dimensional aids, the models, diorama, specimens, audio aids, radio, recordings, and mobile. So here you can see that this type, what is this? This one? Any of you can tell what is this one?
Puzzle.
The first one.
This is the puzzle.
Puzzle, not puzzle. What is this picture?
Blackboard.
Blackboard. What is this one?
This is the softboard.
Softboard displayed outside of the class or maybe inside of the class.
Display board. This is the pegboard that is used for, this is one kind of hanging is there in all, so that you can put your key, the school keys and everything. So pegboard is there for that purpose. This is pegboard. Then coming to this, you know what is this one?
Whiteboard.
This is smart board, where you are
Smart board.
Soft.
Yeah. Whiteboard. Then this one is the flannel board, where you can paste the pictures. You are using to paste the pictures. And coming to the three-dimensional aids, you can see that the three-dimensional based on the plaster of Paris. Then this is the specimen, this is the model, and this is the diorama, where an actual replica of the situation is reflected here. This diorama that we can see. So
I think these are known as 3D boards also, because many of the schools, like our school, has 3D lab. So
Yeah,
over
they
here,
are-
probably we can see all the things in the same way as you want to show, showing some.
Yeah, we are calling it as the three-dimensional because there are three dimensions, that height, length, and the width. So that only we call it as the three-dimensional aids. So coming to this, now it is the era of digital age. I will show you that how the in the digital age, how we are going to develop. Now, I will show that how to develop the slide. You are developing slides. So in the development of the slides, you can use the, I will show can you see now? Can you see this one? The email, can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So how to develop the Google Slides I'm showing. I thought that many of you may be knowing. So here from the Gmail account, you go to this dots. You can see the icon. You look at the icon where it is moving carefully. So click here. You can go through here and
Slides.
You can click on the slides. Where I have developed one of the constructivist lessons based on the slides only. So here, this is the lesson which the slides which I developed from the Google Slides only. So this is the slides what we are using. I may develop the slides then. So the blank slides we will go through. Instead of this, we will go through the blank slides. This is the blank presentation. You can click. And here you can add that, suppose we want to teach about the planets. And this thing you don't want, you select it and delete and put it like that. And if you want to add, you go to this side, the icon, and put enter so that the second slide will come. And here you want to show the video of planet. So here you can insert the video niche below, so that you have to go to here, the insert, and then you go to video. So this thing will appear. So from the YouTube it is showing, or search the Google Drive में नहीं है. So the video is not here. Okay. Go to the URL. You will search whether it is coming out. Okay. Google URL, you want to have the video on planet. So here it is coming another video only. I will see where. Okay. Okay. So now you can type what you want, which video you want. You can type here. So planet, I am clicking this one. When you click on this, you can see two things is coming. At the bottom, one selected insert. So we will go to the insert so that the video is inserted. Okay, so this thing is playing. On the side it is playing. So after you show a video, then at the bottom, you can move it. When the plus sign comes, you can move it. And here, if you want to add text box, you can insert text box here. Draw the text box. And you can insert your questions there. After, here you can add, watch the video. And give answers. So I give answers to the questions. Given below the video. So you have given this one, you want to reduce the size, you can go and then you can reduce the size by typing it as 10 or 9. Okay. So I have given the instruction here and then I have instructed a video. So the questions now I am going to add. Suppose you are developing this video as Usufu stated at the primary stage you are developing. So list the names of different planets. As we are living in planets, we are meeting South African students, Indian students and everywhere. So list the names of different planets. Next you can give one activity type. Prepare a chart containing various types of planets. So you can give the activity here also. So this Google slide, again, if you want to add one more slide, you can add here. And if you want to make some audio thing, you can go to here, insert. If you want to insert this word art, so you will go to word art and write here. It is coming differently only. Okay. So here insert the word art, it is different here. We will go that some kind of templates if you want to add. Suppose you want to change the templates of this side, you can go to the templates formats what you want. So here the template formats, suppose you want to add some more things or some worksheet or something, you can go and then develop and give the worksheet things. And then the rest of the thing, the format options is given here so that you can rotate your positions, then reflections, altering the text, reflection will be here. So that all things you can do from here. And the background figure, we will see whether we can change the alignment only this format. And suppose you want to add some kind of extensions, you can go to add-ons and get the extensions and add scripts or anything you can do for that. So here the Google Slides you can develop in this way. Earlier some kind of shapes are giving here, that is also there, but here the untitled presentations alone we have gone. We will go again that slides name, whether there is different things, Google Slides, blank presentation we have seen. I will show you the slides developed by the earlier students. So the different kinds of, you know how to make PPT. So in this Google Slides, you know to make, here they have gone to the themes was there. So the theme you can select from here, this side, the themes, which theme you want, you can select. So based on the themes you can develop. So you can see the slides developed, the content developed on Google Slides. Different kinds of Google Slides was developed. And suppose you want to change the slide, you can go like this, that the slide has become like this. From the themes, you can change the background of the Google Slides. So this is a good teaching, a digital aid to teach the learners. So now the learners needs more interesting thing to develop. So this is one kind of activity that you can use, that developing your content on Google Slides in order to make the class more interesting and attractive. Another one, what you can do, you can go, suppose you have teach a particular topic, you can go to this and you want to retain what you have taught, what are the question answers of the learners. Go to the sites. The sites is given here, the Google Sites. From there, you can see I have developed a site, a model constructivist lesson plan, which I have taught you. So this is the site that which I have developed. So this site is different from the Word document, and this is the home page, and here the pages will be changing at the top. The engage page will be here. I have given all the engage page here. Then comes the explain page is given here. Then the extend page is given here. Then the assignments. For the assignments, I have inserted the worksheet. So worksheets are prepared separately and inserted here. And then go to the second assignments. That is also the next page. Then coming to the evaluate, we have given the different kinds of question. So here, how did this was developed is going to the Google Sites. You can go to this blank slide. Click on the blank site. And here the page will come. You are going to give the different things that teaching learning needs. Your topic you want to change. So you select here, type learning aids. Teaching learning aids. You want to change the background of this thing. So you can go to this side. You see the icon where it is moving. Image, you can go. You can select the site which you want from the gallery, which is given here. Suppose which site you want to select. Tell me. I will select that one. Shall I select this one? So I click on this. Then the insert comes so that this background has come. And now you are going to add the text box. You want to type something here. So you go to the right side, the text box. The text box has come. If you want to delete the text box, you have to go to the left side. Delete. It has deleted. Now we are going to add the text box here. What are teaching learning aids? So you want to give space for the learner to write. So in that, you are giving the space like this. And then you want to give some kind of next insert, suppose, or we will reduce this part. Okay. Okay, we will reduce, and then we have make it short like this. What are teaching aids? Then you want to add some kind of content blocks like this. You are adding. Here you want to upload a YouTube on teaching aids. So you click on YouTube. You give the title here. Okay. So here we are selecting, as it is beard, we are selecting this one. So the video has come here. And based on the video, you are giving some questions. Categorize the different teaching learning aids. Categorize the different teaching learning aids you have observed. You have observed from this video or you have watched. So then you can give space for the learner to write here what are the different types of the things that they have observed, so that they will write the answer what are the things. So the video will play here, and the next part here, suppose you want to remove this part, you have removed this one, and you want to add some kind of table of contents. So you can click on table of contents. So here it has come in the categorize the different things. Okay. Okay, it has gone. I will see where it has gone. That sites being kaha. Lesson plan evaluate. Okay. So from the sites, what we have developed. Class. Okay, this one we have developed. So we have selected this part. Okay, teaching learning aids we have developed from here. So the video we have given, and now we want to add another page for here. So for that you have to go, you can see on the right side, insert pages, themes. Click on the pages. You can see at the bottom, add plus. Click on add. Give the title of your page, that projected aids, then you are putting done. So you can see at the top, the home page is yours here. Now you have come to the projected aids. So the projected aids, you want to change the image. You can keep a logo of your institution also. You can upload from here the logo, your institution logo. Suppose you are teaching a particular topic in your class and you want to keep it for an image like that. So you can upload the image. I have put the upload. If you have anything from here, you can upload, or otherwise you can select from here what you want to select. Suppose from the Google image you want to select. So here you can type non-projected aids image. Then you put enter. You can see different types of images, the non-projected aids. So I am going to select, then insert we are giving. So that picture will come at the background. You can see that non-projected aids. So if you want to remove this picture, you go to this left side, delete the header. Then again, if you want to untitled only and insert, you want to give the title or some collapsible table or something like that. You can give the different types of table like this. So I am removing this one also. I am going to the home page, coming to the projected aids. I am deleting this add header you can use. So here the header projected aids only. So with that I have one kind of image with the projected aids. So here the selection I will make from the Google Drive. So Google image I will go projected aids. I have given the picture of the So different projected aids, I have selected this image and insert the picture has come here. So the second thing. So here you want to add. When you want to add, you go to the insert and take any column of that. So I have added here, click to edit the text. You want to upload any YouTube or calendar or this thing I have deleted. I want to upload a YouTube only from the projected aids. So the projected visual aids, you can see different types of projected aids for teaching. So the projected aids have taken. Then you can give what are the different types of projected aids or some kind of activity. So this is the second page. You can elaborate on that. Different kinds of things you can take. If you want to give under it the table of content here or add footer here, you can add the footer. When you want to add the themes that the letters will show, you can take which color you want. So this color you have selected. So the things will come in that color only. And the different themes will be reflecting on the levels. The title page means these themes will come. When you want to add pages, you go to this page. You can click on the plus, and then if you want to give some activity. So activity you can give, activity 1. Then you can give done. You click on the activity. In that you want to insert a Google Sheet. So what you have to do to insert Google Sheet, you have to go to your email. Here you can see the Google Sheet is coming. Sheets. Click on the sheets. You click on the blank Google Sheet. Oh, this is spreadsheets only coming. I don't want spreadsheets. I want the Google Sheets only. I will select that one. Forms, Google Forms. You have to select on Forms. You can see Forms here. Clicking on the Forms. You take the worksheet here. Worksheet is here. I want to develop a worksheet. When you want to insert a worksheet, you have to select a worksheet, develop a worksheet separately. So the worksheet title you are giving that teaching learning aids. You have given the title. Then you can give the name, the email ID to whom the worksheet has to come. So here you can give, and then you can give the questions here. You can insert the image. So for inserting image, you can see here this add sections. You can add video here. So you want to add a video on 3-dimensional aids. So here you have given one 3-dimensional aid insert. You have inserted here. And this page you don't want. When you click here, all these things will come. The 3 alignment is given here. And if you want to remove, you can remove this one. That page is removed so that this page has come up. So from this video, you want to ask one question. You can frame the question. What are the categories of aids included in this video? question mark. If you want a long answer, instead of multiple choice, you can click here and then you can give short answer. So that the short answer the students can write. And you want all the students to, the answers has to write. So you have to give here required. You have to click on here required. So that the students will give the answer. Next section you want to add, you give here add section. Section wise, section 2 if you are going. If you don't want this section, then you can delete this section by clicking on the 3 dots, delete section. Okay, that section was deleted. You want to add another, add question. So you want to add more question here in the Google Sheet. So here you want multiple choice only. So the choice you are asking, display board is an example of choice 1 you are writing, is an example of projected aid or non-projected aid. So then you don't want the next section, means you can delete from here. Here you put the answers are must, so that the students will give the answer. So you have prepared, I have prepared a small Google Sheet only. You can give the response part. From go to the top, you can see questions here, response settings. Responses mean you are giving that type, more options. You can give selected destination for responses, everything you can give here. The settings mean you can give the number of the responses, whether they are presenting, all these things you can set here. And now how to insert this Google Sheet on the with the Google site. Here you have to go to the URL. Here you have to select, copy the URL, go to your Google site, that this page. Then you go to this embedded part, embedded. There you paste the URL, paste. Then you go for insert. Click on insert. Okay, this document is not published. They are telling that it should be published, the Google Sheet. Then only they will take that one. Okay, I will see whether it can be given or not. The worksheet we have given here. After publishing only, now we can insert. I don't want to publish. If you want to publish, you can click on this side, publish, and then take the. Okay, I will go for this publish car. Anyone in IGNOU. So I will see. Okay. Something like that. Then you select this URL. Go to the site. Activity 1 site. Go to the insert thing. Untitled page, you go to the embedded part, paste here. Okay, teaching learning aids, desktop teaching learning aids. Now you can adjust the size. You can extend the size of this so that all the things will be visible. Click on this and drag down so that up to submit it has come. Now you can see, now you can give the title activity 1. Activity 1. So you can see that how we can insert this Google Sheet onwards. So the Google site we have seen. So here, now they have changed the settings of that. Okay. So you can go to the home page like this. Then the projected dates will be coming. Then you can give the separate activity. So this is all about the developing a Google site if you want to retain one topic and giving more activities or more detailed on that so that the response of the students will be there and everything. So in this session, what you have to do is you have to develop a Google slide or one PPT. If you don't know how to develop Google slide, you can go for the developing a PPT and submit in that Google Sheet. Okay. Any doubts on this?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on.
Topic of the slide will be given by you, or we can choose any.
You can give the topic of the slides. Any topic. Okay. Come on.
I have a
Okay,
question.
Yeah.
So I just opened I had opened this the form where we have to submit our the work, right?
Yeah.
So in the upload document, only a 10 MB file is allowed. So
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So then you submit a small 2-3 slides of PPT.
Ma'am, 10 MB is very less. It can be done 100 MB.
Yeah.
If it can be done 100 MB, then it will be good for us. So if sir has made it this thing and it can be changed from 10 MB to 100 MB, then we will have some space to like upload our even this lesson plan and even this PPT.
Okay,
So we'll
okay. I will discuss with sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Or
you.
otherwise through email also I will collect and then I will send like that I will do.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will discuss with sir. So I am stopping this Google Site presentation. You just develop that PPT on topics and then submit and stopping the presentation. So as teachers, because of this digital things, you can make your classroom more interesting. Okay, Jirendra, come on, Jirendra.
Ma'am, I just want to know, since the meeting is being recorded, will
Yeah.
the same recording be shared with us, so that wherever we have doubts, we can contact and consult it?
Okay, okay, I will tell Dr. Jagadamba sir.
Right.
I will
Thank you,
tell.
ma'am.
So I am leaving little bit early because our work activity is more and you don't have to sit for a long time. You have to prepare a lesson plan and then 2-3 PPT or maximum 5 slides. Just you upload and you put all the animations and the video, how you can insert. The normal PPT also you can do this one. And
ma'am,
you know that.
Yeah, one question I have, ma'am, because the session is on teaching learning aid, and we are talking about PPT. Okay, so it's compulsory, like not to make on Google slide. Like we have been working on Canva, we have been working on many different sort of like slides, how to make PowerPoint presentation. So can we
Yeah.
make in so that way? Just why
Yeah.
or go
Yeah.
to go? I have to
You
go
can
only with
make
the Google slide.
You can make on any digital thing, PPT also, like
Yes, yes.
master slides, you
Right.
can make
Yes.
any PPT. Okay, I'm
Excuse
not,
me, ma'am.
I need to submit
The
the PowerPoint presentation on a particular topic, right, ma'am?
yeah, any topic, which
Yeah.
one you want.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Melroy?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, the topic will be teaching aids, projected, non-projected aids in that format only?
No, you take any topic. Suppose you want to develop a topic on your subject ecosystem or any planet, you can take any topic. I am giving the
Fine.
freedom to you. Just
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
thing is not the content, more than that, the ability to develop. That thing we are
Yes, ma'am.
assessing. Okay.
Can I prepare on a quiz?
Yeah. That from from master slides, then you have to take that check your number one, click whether the answer is correct. Then you have to go back like that. You have to develop master slide. if you are developing a quiz.
Yes.
Okay. Geetanjali, any?
We can make any other presentation, not necessarily Google Drive.
No.
Okay.
You can give any presentations that you are using in your classroom so that we will assess how much technical skills, presentation skills you have developed.
Okay, right. Like in a presentation, generally, in case if we insert the link of the video, that also will be sufficient?
Yeah. Link of the video, but it should be working.
Yeah.
Then okay.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, I request you to ask Jagdamba sir to change MB from 10 MB to 100
I
MB.
will inform Jagadamba sir that so that we will wind up half an hour early so that you can work on that, developing the lesson, and then you can upload. I will tell to Jagadamba sir also anything, and you can give your feedback on the session and about the program what you have undergone. And through this online only we have interacted with the South African learners. We had in July 2022 32 learners, and July 2023 we have 8 learners. Only few learners were entering, and Yusufu and Umechu, they are very committed for all the sessions they are entering, and they learned a lot from that, and we learned a lot from their context, South African context. How are they? Okay. Now you can share your feedback about the PGDSLM program and then the sessions and everything. Okay, come on. Usufu is there. You can share as you are coming from. I thought Ume Bonu has left. Is there or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I've been following from my end, and all has been amazing. In fact, in Uganda here, I've been filling Google Forms, but while not knowing where they come from, because the Google Forms that I've been filling, they've been prepared by those people who are doing monitoring and evaluation. And for me, I've just been filling, not knowing which steps do they go through to prepare these Google Forms. But at least today I'm happy that I'm also going to prepare one, and then you'll have to look through it and then score it.
You have to
So
go
thank
to
you so
your
much.
Gmail account and then you have to develop. Tell me.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay. So what type of teaching aids you are using in your school in South Africa?
Oh, for me, I'm from Uganda, and then we have been using the visual aids because most of the schools in Uganda, most of those in the low-income communities, don't have power, so we've not been using those that can be projected. But for some that have access to power, at least you can also prepare like some kind of a presentation and also prepare the Google Forms to fill and then give you feedback at the end of the lesson.
Okay. So now I invite others to come forward and tell about the feedback. That I can see so many chat box information that some one or two. Come on, Jidendra.
Ma'am, I would like to emphasize actually, really, this session has been highly insightful, and it has really enhanced also our deeper understanding with the PGDSLM course. Your approach and your way has been, ma'am, very patient, very calm, and you have given us the learners sufficient time enough to even understand even the difficult concepts that were involved, especially with the constructivism, and now in the preparation of these presentation, these slides, and some of the things I was not aware of also. But thank you, ma'am, very much. The session was truly amazing, and we look forward to many more interactive sessions.
Thank you.
Truly, ma'am, we are blessed to have you today with us and sharing so much of your valuable information and knowledge. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And I am so much happy that I got a very learned students for this program and for this course. So I wish all you a blessed future and your professional development should increase. And I invite Jidendra, you can come. Okay.
Ma'am, like my fellow friends have said, it has been very informative. It has been interactive also. And since we are aspiring for the administrative posts, you have shown us what situational management is. Like you have given us ample time so that we can prepare all those things. I was about to say, had this session continued for some more time, I would have requested you to give us time so that we could prepare those projects and assignments and submit them in time, because we are already working somewhere and everybody else is working somewhere, so we need this time only. So this was almost what I was about to say, but it is very good to know that you have been so considerate. You thought of like all the participants, and as I told you in the beginning of the previous session also, that I enrolled myself for this program in 2022, but due to some problems with my application, or due to some unavoidable snags in the communication, I could not attend any of the workshops or any of the ECPs. This is very, I find myself very fortunate to be part of it, ma'am.
Okay.
And I'm blessed to have you as the mentor, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Uche, Bono, you want to share something? Uche, you want
Good afternoon, ma.
to tell something? Okay. Okay, Uche. Now you tell me which meaning you want to tell. I thought there is some net issue there. So you can mute that. Then I will call Jagannath sir that your concern. I humbly request Maushmi, mute yourself, Maushmi. Maushmi, mute. Okay. Then I will call Dr. Jagadamba to discuss about the MP and everything, so that how you can upload. I am calling, let sir also enter, so that we can discuss the issue whether that space is enough or not, or to increase, or in other way whether we can upload. That thing we will discuss.
Ma'am, will you be sending us these assignments? Like, we know what to do, but then will you be like writing it and sending it to us?
Yes, I will send you that format of the lesson plan.
All right.
That thing we will do. We will send that format of the lesson plan and the activities also. I will give to Dr. Jagadamba and he will upload in the. We have a WhatsApp group for the international learners, and for the Indian learners also he is having. So from that you will get all those things. I will send. I am waiting for. Okay. I thought sir is busy in somewhere. So I will request him to increase the space of the submission of the assignment. And you can do it from your part and your understanding and your way, so that it will be very useful for you. And in the context of the next content, what you want to take, you can develop like that. Sir, we are winding up. Can you enter with us? They have some concerns to share with you. Just enter. Just enter. Okay. So we always get very good students to be part of this PGDSLM program. So it is very good to have with you. And this program I also enjoyed, especially with the international learners while teaching with them. They are very interactive. Yusufu, I am so much grateful, and then Ume, also very grateful, and one girl student, female student is there. She is very particular in entering, and she completed the ECP. So in the first session, we got 8 students, international learners, they have completed. So it's a very good interactive session. And for the Indian learners, I got the opportunity to interact with you during this ECP only. And I thought during the academic counseling, you got good counseling. So you might have enjoyed the PGDSLM program. And if you can suggest that some more topics or courses, suppose it is including, it will be of great help like that. If you feel, you can share that one. Anybody want to tell, or whether these 5 courses is okay or something else more to be added? I know that based on the NEP 2020, some topics are missing, like learning outcomes. So that thing, when we do revision, we will do that part also. I thought Jagadam sir has joined. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am, I have joined.
Yeah. What they are telling, that the MP for uploading the lesson plan and the PPT is not enough, 10 MP. So if you can increase the space so that they can upload the activities.
Presently, the size range is 10 MB.
Where you have prepared the Google Sheet, that space is less only. You can increase that space. I thought sir ka connectivity thoda problem hai, is traveling somewhere. Hello, sir. Okay, then I will inform. Especially, I will tell you. I will forward everything, and all the best for all of you. I thought Usufu, everybody has completed the exams and everything. Those who didn't complete, all the best for you. Thank you for the patient listening. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now,
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving a valuable
Thank you,
time.
ma. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
so
ma'am.
much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Now you can take leave.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.